we're now going to understand the dashboard for my fitness pal. So understanding the dashboard for my fitness pal, now we are going back to where we started. So when you log in, there's some parts of the app where you won't have access to if you're using the free version. And just looking at, so right now we're just looking at the free version. So when you log in, it gives you this dashboard, right? So you've got your calories. It tells you, it gives you that dashboard with the 2,260 calories. So that's the goal that we set. So it's showing us if we've reached that goal or not. And then we've got the food, exercise, so base calories, everything. Okay. So that's the top part. And then, so it's going to have like certain features that you either can use or not use. So it gives you the option to track your steps, to track your exercise. One of the things that I would recommend is don't track your exercises or calories with this because it sort of throws off your calories usually. And you don't actually have like a very reliable way to see if the calories that you ate today, because it tries to compensate based on the calories that you've burnt that day. So if I'm using like, let's say, an Apple Watch or whatever device that you connected, these are not always the most accurate in terms of measuring your activity level. So it might throw off your data. So don't use it because this will have like its own error that it has, a degree of error. So you want to keep it consistent. If you're using like a tracker, just keep it separate. And then you you can scroll down so it'll show you like, okay, different things that you can track: your sleep and your water and your workouts, everything else that we talked about. So now the most important part, you're like, okay, Nate, we've set up everything, so how do I actually track my food? So to track your food, there are a couple ways that you can go about it. Two ways from the dashboard. There's that middle button there. So on Android, it might be a little bit different, right? The interface might be a little bit different, mind you. So for Apple, this is what you do. So you just tap the middle and it's going to show you that. So like you can log your food, scan a meal, right? You can scan your barcode or you can do a voice log and water, weight, exercise. Or there's a part here on the side that says diary just next to dashboard, right? So in the middle, just yeah, on the second next to dashboard. So you can tap diary. When you tap diary, it's going to show you, okay, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner, snacks, exercise, water. So you can add those things separately. And once you add it, don't let it adjust your calories. Just put it in there. And once you add it, I find MyFitnessPal is good for food. When you try add things like exercise and stuff, it's not the greatest. So what we're going to do is we're going to add breakfast because we're adding a fried egg into our breakfast. So when you go breakfast, it's going to give you these options on how you want to add your food. Scan barcode, scan the meal, voice log. So what we are going to do, we're going to do two things. Certain things like eggs, let's say, for example, this is just a regular egg, right? So we're going to fry this egg and log the meal we were frying it. Oh, didn't break. Okay. Okay, so we're going to fry the egg. So what you're going to do is in the top bar right there, we're going to search. We're going to type in egg, whole egg. So when you type in egg, it's going to show me history. It's going to show me a history like results, and then it's going to show me the best match. So by doing that, I'm just going to click. Oh, that green check mark. I think we're disconnected here. What is going on? Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. Yeah. So there's the green check mark. The green check mark simply means that the food is verified. So the details have been verified. The nutritional facts have been verified because this is a database. And as you can see, like most of the eggs will have roughly the same number of calories as well. So by us looking at that, so I'm going to take the best match, and the first thing that I'm going to do is tap on it. Okay, now this is the ad. This is where the ad comes in. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to tap on it. When I tap on it, it shows me the calories, it shows me the macros, right? So like the fats, carbs, and protein. So the carbs are zero point 0.5, the fat is 5 grams, and the protein is 6.2. So when you log any food item, you're always going to have, for most foods, you're always going to have like some level or some amount of carbs, some amount of fats, some amount of protein. And the way that you classify a food as if it's a carb, if it's a fat, if it's protein, it depends on the distribution of each of those macronutrients. So if the food has more protein than anything else, you consider it a fat. Sorry, you consider it a protein. And it's got some fats, which is definitely comparable to like the protein, but it's still lower. So it'll be a good source of fat as well. So it's one food item that we'd also still consider if if we need to make sure that we hit our goal for fat. That would be like the eggs. So that would be a source of fat. And some sources of fat are better than other sources of fat because some sources of fat could be sources that are coming from carbs, and maybe you're trying to reduce your carbs. So you're better off getting some of your fat sources from meat sources. That gives you both protein and your fats at the same time. And this is what helps you reach your fat goals without taking too much fatty food and adding too much oil to your food. So this is essentially how you'd look at your food. And the other thing that you're going to do is now is tap log. And then the moment you log it, you're good, right? So if you log it, you come back, it's going to bring you back to that search screen, and then you are going to go back. You're going to go breakfast. You have your egg that's been logged right there. So now, a fried egg, how do you log a fried egg? You have to add some oil, right, for your fried egg. So your fried egg now needs to get some oil. So how are you going to cook your oil? How are you going to fry your egg? What oil do you prefer? Do you use like virgin, extra virgin olive oil? Do you use maybe avocado oil? Do you use coconut oil? What do you use? So today we're going to use coconut oil. So I'm going to take this coconut oil, right? This is coconut oil, Kirkland, right? So already this one has a nutritional label right there. That's the nutritional label with the nutritional facts. That's what we call a nutritional label. So already I can see, okay, it's got 90 calories. Okay, it's got fats. It's got zero carbs, which is good, zero protein, zero sodium. And this is organic virgin coconut oil. So it's pure coconut oil. So if I'm going to use this to cook, and this is the mistake that a lot of people make. If they're frying food, they don't track the oil. And maybe when they track the oil, or maybe when they use the oil, they might put like, an entire tablespoon that's like heaped, or they might put, I don't know, they might put like, if they're using like oil that's like liquid, they might just put like, they don't even measure. They might not just measure it. They might just pour it in. So when you're measuring your oils, let's say for coconut oil, you want to be able to use a tablespoon. You're likely going to use a tablespoon, and you're going to need a scale, right? So you're going to need a scale, a kitchen scale. Excuse me. With a kitchen scale, you're going to have like two units, right? You've got your on, and then you're going to put it down on a flat surface, and then you're going to put tar, right? So I'm going to tar it so that it goes to zero when you tar it. And then I've got this spoon right here, this tablespoon. When I place it, I see, okay, it's 53 grams.